What's going on, friends? In this video, I'm going to take you on a walk through Beverly Hills, and we're going to be talking about enlightenment, some practices that I think so many people miss around gratitude, around humility, and around understanding how to be satisfied by God and the universe. I'm going to show you a little bit of Beverly Hills at the end of the video, so stay tuned. It's the Beverly Wilshire. Alrighty. Okay, so God's playing tricks on me. The video randomly stopped recording, and then I realized I needed to go to Rodeo and grab some video footage for those of you that are not in Los Angeles that want to see Beverly Hills. Who doesn't? It's like my favorite neighborhood. Back to the important things. I can't tell you how many people I encounter, like regularly. Like at this point, I could say probably like hundreds of humans that just openly reject their higher potential because they realize it takes work. They realize it's not just going to be easy. They realize you have to put in a daily grind. I don't love the word grind, but here's what I'll tell you. I see ascension, enlightenment, and entrepreneurship as the same thing. So, I'm saying that because when we think of entrepreneurship, we think of a hustle, we think of a grind, we think of daily searching for activities, looking for opportunities, capitalizing on those opportunities, looking for ways to go to market, figure out what works, what doesn't work, figuring out how to sell without selling, like without persuading per se, I would say, and doing it all within the constraints of the law, making lots and lots of money, developing profit margins, understanding leadership, understanding what to say and what not to say to people, how to inspire people, how to not control and manipulate people while trying to encourage people to be inspired to do things for you. Welcome delegation and employment. And I'm speaking from the perspective of being a CEO. There are a lot of components to it. The only way that I can really quickly display enlightenment to you guys is it's very, very similar to entrepreneurship. It requires a daily grind. It requires leadership in significant capacities, self-leadership and the leadership of others. It requires being able to speak the truth, not just your truth, the truth, and understanding what truth means to everyone around you, learning discernment, learning judgment. We're going to be talking about this a lot on this channel, is that people tend to say, like, have no judgment. And I would agree, and I'm not a judgy person by any means. However, judgment, accurate judgment, is a skill, and it needs to be developed. When most people talk about not having judgment, don't judge others, what they're really saying is, get the F out of your head, you're being an ass. And it would be really, really good if you weren't really contriving and mean towards other people and judging them prematurely, because when you do, you collect bad karma. You collect negative juju. Whenever you judge someone without knowing them for something they have done or the sort of person you think that they are or what have you, that is not accurate for them, and you are not an accurate judge for them, and the universe knows this. So whenever you judge, you take on that judgment. That is karma, and then you have to actually work through that karma. That will come through as people doing the same thing that you just did in your relationships. It's very messy work. That is why in enlightenment practices, we say don't judge. Now, here's the other truth to that. Having impeccable judgment is a necessity in this day and age, in this life. It is a necessity. We do not live in a world that is pristine, that is kind, that is oh so loving. We live in a very polarizing world. If you cannot exercise judgment in a way that is accurate, based on how you're perceiving and your perception being accurate to your experience and what is safe or unsafe, and then making adjustments as you go, very similar to entrepreneurship, you are going to be, excuse my crassness, shit up a creek without a paddle. If we took spirituality and compared it to entrepreneurship, okay, we're just going to keep going with this metaphor. In entrepreneurship, could we imagine like somebody goes up to the Shark Tank gurus and has no judgment exercised and is like, I'm coming in with this bright idea for a business and I need $5 million of seed A funding and I need you to do all of this. And they're like, have you done any market research? Have you researched your competition? Do you know the lay of the land? Do you know your pricing strategy? And they're like, no, I haven't thought about any of that. Isn't that great? I was just taught that if I have love and empathy out of my heart, that everything will fall into place and that I can just float in the sea of naivete and because spiritually. And God is like, excuse me, we are going to make a judgment and remove that said opportunity. Now, I'm relaying this in terms of entrepreneurship because I think most people, when they think of spirituality, are way over lenient. And when we think about entrepreneurship, we're like, oh, but that doesn't apply to metaphysics. It's like, actually, it's pretty accurate. I think the reason why I've navigated my enlightenment so well through the last 17 years, A, is practice, B, it's being surrounded by the right mentors, C, it's leaving the mentors when they are no longer the right mentors, D, it's exercising a tremendous amount of balance, self-focus, and discernment. Discernment, accurate judgment. Because if you can't call a spade, and you're going to pretend the spade is a pick or an ice hack or anything else, and that's not even the tool that you need for the job, like, you're delusional. And what I encounter in so many people that self-proclaim spirituality and that want to be enlightened in one way or another is that they are absolutely delusional. Not in the good way. Not in the sort of delusion that makes you $5 million a year after you figure your startup stuff, you get some business experience and you get in the game and you make it happen. The sort of delusion that is people just cycling in these shallow patterns of development, thinking that their life is going to change without changing who they are. A lot of you need come to Jesus moments. On your knees. On your knees, baby. I have them multiple times a year where I drop down crying at home and I plead with my spirit team. And I say, we have to make a change. We have to make a change. I don't know what else to do. I'm happy to be whoever I need to be, but you need to show me the way now. I need to be able to see clearly and I will make whatever adjustments I need to. That all comes from accurate judgment. It comes from humility and it comes from extraordinary gratitude. The gratitude and humility go hand in hand. I think a lot of people I encounter feel so stable in their life, so stable with mediocrity, that they forget what it is to lose everything until they do lose everything, because it happens to pretty much everyone at some point in their life, whether it's everybody, these are dark nights of the soul, right? Whatever big circumstances that take everything away, that then make you stop and go, oh my gosh, I'm not just human, I'm a soul. And I thought that if I did things in a certain sequence of events, that it would make life very safe for me. And then you get hit with the head that life isn't that safe. And that you have to figure out now how to rearrange your life in crisis. And this happens to everyone. I don't know anyone that this has not happened to. How you handle it's a whole nother story. So welcome to the spiritual journey. Welcome to the club. By the way, those moments don't stop. They just come in different levels through your life so that you can continue to change your character. And the key is being able to see them quickly and make the adjustments to your character, step into the new identity with gratitude of what you want before all hell breaks loose. When you get good at ascension work, enlightenment work, you don't have to hit the crisis point to make a change. You could make the change based on the feeling, based on the patterns, based on the feedback you're getting from the universe. You don't have to make it on the concrete, physical, terrorizing crisis. Although that's frequently, people will wait for it to become a health crisis or a relationship crisis or something of that level in order to give it the time and attention, because they're continually putting it off and off and off and off and off. So I'm bringing that focus back to gratitude and humility. Be grateful for what you have. Explore and create a gratitude practice, an ongoing practice. Have I had this, by the way, in front of my mouth the whole time? I can't totally tell because I'm trying to walk. This looks so much better. Hi, guys. An active daily gratitude practice. Be happy for what you have. Be happy for where you spend your money. Program yourself with every purchase. I'm happy with this. I'm satisfied. Being satisfied with your life has very little to do with your relationships and how much money you have. It has everything to do with your mental attitude and whether or not you are a person who can be satisfied or if you're a difficult person. And newsflash, if you're a difficult person, the universe will not work extra hard to satisfy you. I can't believe the words that just came out of my mouth, but it's true. It's true. If you're lucky, and by I don't mean lucky, I mean controlling and manipulative, other humans will go out of their way to try to satisfy you, to try to prevent the wrath that might come by not satisfying you. Let me know how that goes. You guys, that was a Maserati. I would love to say that I wasn't a car person before recently, but it's not true. My first boyfriend started dating me because I was reading about motors. He was a mechanic. He was teaching me about engines, and now I'm reading about engines and airplanes. I'm very much a motor person. Don't judge me. I don't care how tomboyish it is. I will have fancy cars. Priorities. You'll see me shoot in said fancy cars because I have accurate judgment, because I want to shoot the video so that I can write off my expenses. Thank you. I will write off the Ferrari. Okay. Do everything you possibly can do to be grateful for what you have. It won't deny you're asking the universe for more. The universe will compound what you already have. If you're already grateful, if you're already satisfied, the universe goes, oh my gosh, they're easy. You guys, you have no idea how my spirit team talks. They're fucking freshy fresh. They're funny. I hear all the time from my spirit guides, they're like, wow, you are so easy to please. And I'm like, I think so. I don't know about humans. I don't think the humans think that about me, because I think they're in their own like little worlds and vortices. But yeah, I'm pretty easy to please. I was like, you just got to do things the right way with me. And what they were reflecting on with me, my guides, recently, is that humans are really, really difficult to please in general. And spirit will not jump over all these, hurdles and loopholes to please you. Spirit will just throw you curveballs and karma to harm you on purpose until you realize that you should have been pleased. When you refuse to express gratitude for simple things in life, you invite chaos. Because spirit will not work overtime to make you happy when you cannot be made happy. You are difficult. Mic drop. Don't be difficult with the universe. Don't play hard to get with the universe. Be grateful. Please, dear God. Be grateful for what you have already. Be grateful for the relationships. Be grateful for anything. And then realize that gratitude will amplify everything that you want in this life. Okay, so I want to go a little bit deeper on how my guides call me easy to please. The reason why I'm easy to please is because I've conditioned myself into enlightened habits and patterns and ways of being. And the truth is, if you are not easy to please, with spirit, not with everything else going on. If you are not satiated easily, if you are not satisfied, and or if you don't know how to get yourself into a place or feeling of satisfaction when you are unsatisfied, spirit goes out of its way to pitch you curveball after curveball after curveball to make life so fucking hard until you are finally brought to your knees so you can learn what matters, so you can be satisfied. The reason why I am so lighthearted, the reason why I'm so playful, the reason why I'm so authentic is because I understand the rules and laws of the universe. I am playful and honest. I also set boundaries like an MFer, but people generally put me in one of two categories. I'll be honest with you, people generally place me in the naive category because of my innocence, and then they overstep boundaries, especially emotionally, and then I cut them out of my life. That is the pattern. I recommend it, actually. People think that if you have a soft, sweet heart, that you must not have high levels of discernment. It's really unfortunate. But when you're working with the universe, when you have a soft, sweet heart and high levels of discernment, and you're easily satisfied, you're an easy-to-please human, there's no BS karma. Not none, but it's very little. And I'm not going to say my life is blatantly easy, because emotionally I've got a lot that I'm handling. Not because of my inner landscape even, but because through the law of attraction, a lot of people need healing. So they end up calling me in. I've noticed, I'm like, how the hell did this person end up in my life? And I'm like, oh, they manifested me in. And I'm like, I don't want to be here for this. That's like honestly where a lot of my crunchiness in my heart comes from, is being surrounded in relationships that I don't belong in, but that the law of attraction and spirit, like just universal laws, match me with people that need healing. And then I have to be in a position of healing. So I'm getting better at setting boundaries. But regardless, being satisfied has nothing to do with your life looking easy or looking peaceful. It is a choice. It's a choice every day. I can choose to not be at peace. I don't make that choice. I choose to be a peaceful human. Because it's where I gain the most satisfaction. Life is going to be topsy-turvy. It will never not be topsy-turvy. I just like that shot. Boop. So if it's going to be topsy-turvy, if it's going to be a roller coaster, which I can say is the case for pretty much everyone I know, then I'm going to be the peace in the center. I'm going to be the calm in the storm. I'm all of it. But really, I'm the calm. People come to me for the calm. For that peace of mind, that sense of emotional security that is just so uncommon in this world. So anyway, tell the universe you're easy to please. Start being easy to please. Start being satiated and satisfied with what already exists for you. And when you're not satisfied, when you're cranky, when you're whatever, let that shit go. Find any reason possible to become satisfied. Start moving your body. A lot of you aren't exercising enough, and that's what's creating the acidic pH, I guess pH balance, but it's not balanced in your body. Alkaline water doesn't correct, by the way. That you need to be able to create a more balanced, harmonious body so that your emotional body can feel safe, so that you can feel satisfied at rest, at a resting point. And even if shit's going awry around you, which I mean is happening to me all the time, I have a physically very safe and stable environment, but energetically and emotionally it's chaotic. And no matter what's going on, I'm always safe, I'm always stable. I always find my peace because I'm looking for reasons to find it. I'm looking for any reason to be happy. I was struggling a little bit earlier today, which is kind of rare for me. And I tried a bunch of different things and they didn't work, and I kept going. I was like, by 5 p.m., I'm going to feel happy. Damn it. Like, I'm going to make it work. And you know what? It worked. And that's why I was able to pull out the camera and shoot. I don't shoot when I'm not happy. So that's what I got for you guys. I'm going to take you down Rodeo so you can see a little bit of it. Look, we got Louis Vuitton. We got Saint Laurent. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I wanted to shoot the whole video on Rodeo, but I didn't think I was gonna be able to focus on my material and on being authentic with the amount of looks and staring, especially with how my day has gone today. So what's funny today is I didn't do anything crazy, but for whatever reason, I feel like everyone was checking me out today, to the point where it made me like really uncomfortable. And I was like, oh, this is why I didn't embody this level of like attractiveness when I was younger. There is no way I would have been able to swat away the amount of attention one gets when they're pretty. And I totally understand why people dumb down their attractiveness, because it's a lot of attention, I'm gonna be honest. It's pretty polarizing to be beautiful. Okay, so anyway, regardless, I will start spinning the camera around and you guys can see Beverly Hills. So first up we got Hermes. A nice shot of the palm trees that surround Los Angeles in this beautiful city. And then just moving down the street, this is where I was walking and someone popped out with a telephoto lens and shot a bunch of photos of me, like paparazzi. It was very, very interesting. Sorry for the blurry vision with Gucci. Okay, so just kind of showing you guys the different shops. This is Rodeo. I don't think it's anything crazy to write home about or anything. It's really just, luxury shopping. I know that so many of you have never been here or have, you watch Hollywood movies and you're like, oh, I wonder what's in Beverly Hills. So I wanted to show you. I thought maybe you guys could enjoy that. And in the future, I'll probably bring you guys with me on some more little adventures I have through Los Angeles. Maybe I can introduce you to different neighborhoods, but I spend the most time here. It's one of my favorite spots to go. These golden rose gold mirrors are so cool. There's a cafe over here as well. And of course, Louis Vuitton, it's Alexander McQueen. More palm trees. Cartier is my favorite. Here's Chanel. All right, my loves, if you love this video, please give it a good thumbs up, subscribe, tap the bell for notifications. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments what you thought, anything that resonated. It's getting real loud here. I think it's time to stop filming, but look at this beautiful porch. Yes, Beverly Hills is so much more noisy than anyone knows because this is where everyone comes to show off. Come in with their cars. Zoom, zoom, baby. Oh my gosh, alrighty, see you in the next video. Stormie out. How do I turn this thing off?